Freedom Ride for voting rights. It's been an incredible journey. We started off 9 days ago in New Orleans. Great sessions there. We got to hear stories from 3 Freedom Riders that went through those experiences of fighting for our rights, of actually getting beat up, of coming to the rescue of other freedom fighters. Incredible experience, and that was just the beginning. We are here in Jackson. We had a great program at Tougaloo, historic Tougaloo College.
And they're telling us that we can't have the For the People Act? No. No way. Right. Not today, not tomorrow. We must have the For the People Act. That's right. We must have the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. Right. We must have D.C. statehood. Youth element restriction laws. Come on now. It takes all that away. It says the minute you come out of jail, you vote. You vote. The minute your felony is over, you vote.
Everybody here from Mississippi, raise your hand. Alabama, raise your hand. Florida, raise your hand. Georgia, raise your hand. South Carolina. If you're from any of those states that I just named, it means that you have temporary citizenship rights. You have temporary citizenship rights. Brother, fought in the Vietnamese War. Still a temporary citizenship. Okay. And all of you are temporary citizens. We fought as hard as we could to get the 1965 voting rights. Fight, you got to be free, and you don't get free by being mild-mannered. Be free by request. You cannot demand what is rightfully due. You demand to be citizens.
That's right.
And we're not going to stop until we get our full freedom.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Then we went from there to Nashville, and you can't talk about the Freedom Rides and not talk about Nashville. Great rally there. We heard from 3 or 4 more Freedom Riders, just Freedom Riders all over the place who had never gotten to tell or rarely get to tell their stories and get recognition.
And we know that voting suppression is so real, and we have individuals who are out doing what they need to do to make sure that all of us will continue to have that right to vote. And when people are standing in lines for a long time, and you have leaders who do not want to let someone give them a bottle of water, something is wrong, you all. Something is seriously wrong. So here we are today. We're passing the torch. You all are in the great state of Alabama, in the great county of Sumter, and we have the King with us today. And all of you all are here to say, do what you need to do. Let's make sure, and as I see so many beautiful people represent what black voters matter. Black voters do matter. So I ask you all, continue on to do what you need to do. Continue on to fight the fight, and which is the good fight. Remember that your vote, your voice always matter. And that's the Sumter County. We said to you all, Freedom Riders, ride well, ride well, ride well. So again, to each and every one that is here today, let's make sure that we do our part. Let's make sure that we get people out to vote. Let's make sure that we tell them that their vote will always matter. Let's not let that beacon of light of all of the individuals who have gone on before us, our forefathers and our foremothers, don't let them down. Please do not let them down. So everyone, let's do our part. Let's continue on doing our part.
I'm on this Freedom Ride trip because I want to make a difference, not only for my grandchildren, but for others too. I believe in what we're doing on this Freedom Ride. I support it 100%.
Our votes are supposed to count, and that's what we're going to try to make happen on this trip.
Then we took you to Birmingham, where we were located at historic Kelly Ingram Park, at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, at the 16th Street Baptist Church. More great energy, great speakers. The mayor welcomed us. Great rally, people fired up, and that's all just the beginning.
Elected officials should be in lockstep and lock arms with the work y'all do. And so with this office, many things have been laid and we continue to do the work. And the House of Representatives just signed this bill into law celebrating and commemorating Juneteenth. But I don't want nobody to get it twisted.
Well, we are here to spread love and power and voting engagement, all that.
Then we went from there to Nashville, and you can't talk about the Freedom Rides and not talk about Nashville. Great rally there. We heard from 3 or 4 more Freedom Riders. Just Freedom Riders all over the place who had never gotten to tell or rarely get to tell their stories and get recognition. And then from there, we kept it going. We came to Atlanta, and you know how Atlanta does it. ATL did it up big, and none other than at Ebenezer Baptist Church. Where else would we be if we were in Atlanta?
We are doing a rally to fight against voter suppression and just to get the word out to the community that we are fighting back and we are looking for allies to join us.
What we ain't gonna do, y'all. On the anniversary of Juneteenth, or the celebration of Juneteenth, what we ain't gonna do is watch these folks vote for a bill that gives us a holiday. At the same time, they're voting to deny us the voting rights that we thought we was gonna get when that holiday first came. That's what we ain't fitting to do today. We ain't fitting to just have a Juneteenth and then act like we done made it to the promised land. We ain't fitting to do that. That's what we ain't fitting to do today. So what we're about to do is we're about to show them when we celebrate Juneteenth, it's because we are demanding and we are going to take the voting rights and the civil rights and the human rights that should have been around 400 years ago. Voter suppression is a violent crime. See, because y'all know that the denial of the right to vote to 700,000 black residents of D.C. is perhaps the oldest form of voter suppression. So we're going to D.C. to tell them that we want our voting rights now. Not next year, not next month. We want our voting rights now. That's the demand that we're making when we go to D.C. Now there may come a day where in Atlanta, when the heart of the civil rights movement, when the place where Dr. Martin Luther King preached, there may come a day where we turn our backs on that history. But I'm gonna tell you something, today is not that day. There may come a day when we decide that we're willing to take second-class citizenship. But I'm here to tell you, today is not that day. There may come a day where we lack the courage that the Freedom Riders and all those who fought for us showed, from Denmark to Harriet to Sojourner to Fannie Lou. There may be a day when we let them down. But I'm here to tell you, today is not that day. So I need you to put a fist up. And I need you to say, I am a Freedom Rider. I am a Freedom Rider. I am a Freedom Rider. I love y'all.
Historic day about the Freedom Riders, registering to vote. Learned a lot of good things from the speakers out here. It's a great time.
What's happening today is important because our voting rights are under attack and people need to feel empowered to fight back. And I'm just grateful for the work that Black Voters Matter is doing to enable that.
Great to be here with Black Votes Matter. And we're going to make sure that we don't retract, we progress.
I'm out here hoping we can pass some federal legislation and get the right to vote protected here in Georgia.
Say we won't stop looking for justice in Georgia until we find it. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep the buses rolling. This is Freedom Summer.
And I'm here today to fight for voting rights, to make sure that we have DC statehood and automatic voter registration, and making sure that Black votes are protected.
I came here from New Orleans. We flew to West Virginia with my 2 daughters because I needed them to feel what it means to be a part of history, understand what it means to really be part of change.
And my mom has always taught me if I want to change the system, I have to participate in it and change it for myself for the advancement of Black people in our community. And I love our community. So
anyone who's here that felt that there is no hope, it's been injected with hope, love, care, and support.
Then we left Atlanta and we took it to South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, where we had the regular great speakers from the state, but we also had more of our national partners come out. We had Tamika Mallory came up and just threw down. She just said it all out, talking about how we are in a state of emergency.
But if we don't have our voting rights, if we don't have our voting rights, none of the other things that we are working so hard and struggling for will matter. Those things are directly connected to the fact that we must have our power. And collaboration is key. It's important because I believe that the only way that we will progress as a people is together. We have seen over and over in history, throughout history, that when we work together, we win, that things happen. And that does deserve a round of applause.
Black voters don't make up a majority of the citizens here in the city of Columbia, but you cannot win an election without our votes. So our votes matter, so important, not just on election day, but to change policy and to get good people in office and to hold our elected officials accountable. So I'm excited to have the Black Voters Matter bus here in Columbia, not just to galvanize and excite people about the election, but also to encourage people to stay engaged throughout the process.
Today's an exciting day because we really don't have this type of energy in South Carolina, this grassroots mobilization. But it also shows you that our struggle, the movement continues, whether or not it's in Montgomery, Alabama, or Raleigh, North Carolina, or even here in Columbia, South Carolina. The issues that matter to people of color, the issues that matter to us, are all exemplified in events like this. And so my heart is overwhelmed with pride and joy participating in an event like this today.
We need your voice. We need everybody's voice in here because now is the time that we have to stand on to the pages of history. Now is the time that we have to say, here is our Lord, send me. Now is the time that we have to stand up for what matters. We have to stand on the shoulders of those men and women who fought and died for our democracy. And now is the time for us to finally say, we deserve to be free.
Reimagining of the kind of system, the kind of world that I want for my children, for myself. And so we have to stand in that space, y'all. What is it that we want this nation to look like? What is it that we deserve, that we want, where we would feel honored and respected and literally valued?
Because that's what our agenda is all about. But I got to reemphasize what Sister Tamika said. At the end of the day, if we're going to get some action on those issues, we've got to have the right people in office. Yeah, so we're doing this Freedom Ride to talk about that process of what is the voting process, what is the voter access, what are the voting rights that lets us decide who's in these positions of power in our community. Because I believe that the people of South Carolina got the power to make it be so. And if the rest of the country sees South Carolina stepping up, if the rest of the country sees South Carolina saying, yes, these parties can have play, then I believe the rest of the country will do as you do. But we got to believe what got to happen.
Facing the rising sun, a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Then we took it to North Carolina. And when I tell you our biggest march yet, it was so powerful because we had joining us not just folks from all over the state of North Carolina and not just national partners, but we had a huge crowd that came from Elizabeth City. Say his name, Andrew Brown. We did a voting rights march, a Black Lives Matter march, as we were demanding justice for Andrew Brown as well as justice for our voting rights.
We're in Raleigh, North Carolina right now, and we're just getting hyped because we're about to march a mile in order to really advocate for justice and to put pressure on the politicians in Washington to not only advocate for Black lives, for Black voters, but also for the people act.